But that's got my attention. That treasure chest showed the inside of a mouth. Bingo. Wait, did I just hear... Stonewood. That I do recall seeing. Yeah, see, it's the inside of a mouth. Dwarven steel, honed metal. Lethal detonation. Yeah, that's for Atreus, right? Enemies killed with a runic arrow explode, dealing... Ooh. And I just heard... Aha! Still one more somewhere out there. Now. These guys are white? Grim get frenzied and excited when you get poisoned. Expect to hold off a rapid. Well, too bad for them. I'm not poisoned.
One more to go.
Thought I saw it drop something else. All right, so. I'll take that, and that, and this, and that. And what do you say?
Look here.
Desert of our ignorance. So much was lost. So much of who we are was lost. Not just this desecrated Leviathan, nor its ilk, but the identity of this creature is. Knowledge is forgotten. Was it a predator, a wraith of the Barrens to be feared and avoided, or perhaps a gentle behemoth tamed by pre-division elves and farmed for meat? Ooh, I hope not. Well, at least not that last part. The answer is a grain of sand in the desert of our ignorance. Buried. The council. And who are the consul? They're talking about the pre-division, so... Can't be a case of them being something else. It would have... Who could that have been? They speak as though they aren't talking about like a division. They aren't talking about like a post-division of the elves. They're speaking of like someone who's around now and wondering, and you know, lamenting their lack of knowledge. Ooh.
So you just refuse to pick a favorite poem? That's uncharacteristically indecisive of you.
Yeah. Metal friend with care, refuses to be dead, rescue its friend, experience tension, new dimensions, rescue friend. No idea.
I have a favorite poem already. One from my homeland.
Oh, and which one's that? Oh, Belt of Radiance. That's the other part. That's, last second evade. Has a chance to activate Realm Shift. Pass. Realm Shift is cool, but there are other much more applicable skills. Alright, so... So now we know that these are depictions of Hafgufa. Clearly they are very symbolic to the elves. Or at least they were.
I remember to ask Tyr about his travels to the lands beyond the seas.
You wish to travel the world?
I don't know. Maybe. See new places. Find out more about... myself.
Well, Stars in the Sky know that Kratos did plenty of journeying back when he was a tot. Well, I suppose tot is a relative term to a guy who's probably... Well, let's see. Tyr's temple was underwater for 140 for a good for at least what 150 years. He was a good 40 or so. There by the time he killed Zeus. Who knows how long it took him before he got. By the time he made it north, so let's call that another 100 years. Oh, no. Tyr's temple was underwater for 140 years, and that had to have been put there before then. So yeah, around 200. At least 200. Now... I'm going to do a bit more exploring around here. There's a lot, obviously, to find. But that's mostly going to be side stuff, not story related. So the next video after this will probably be very short, just like me grabbing all like the little bits of dialogue from when I'm riding around on my new sled, and of course any good fights. After that, the video after that will most likely be us touching base with Tyr, the party pooper. So, until then, TTFN, and ta-ta for now, from JDog X211.
You know what? My face is itchy. I think my beard's coming in.
Is it?
Yeah, on my jawline. See? It's growing.
Is it?
That's not just dirt.
It's not dirt. something I'm not sure I quite understand. In the Ragnarok prophecy Odin knows, all the realms get destroyed, including Asgard. In the version Groa kept secret, Asgard still falls. Wouldn't Odin have tried to prevent it either way? What difference did her lie really make?
I think of it this way. When it comes to subverting prophecy, knowledge is power. Without the full picture and context, the finer details can lead you to tragically incorrect interpretations. Back in my homeland, I was privy to the operations of a certain coven of heath witches who were keen on destabilizing the government. They picked an influential Thane, an otherwise loyal man, and fed him a story of his own ascension to king. They dressed it up in enough details they knew would come to pass, so when they did, the Thane took it as confirmation. Next thing you know, he's helping matters along. He murders his king, sleeping under his own roof. Murders many he once called friends, too, thinking them fated to oppose him. Then, for a finishing touch, the witches revisit this usurper. With just a few details structured ever so misleadingly, they convinced the fool he was invulnerable to all threats.
Physical or magical?
Aye, aye. But 'twas not so for him. All turned into a rather magnificent bloodbath as they go. The Thane ends up without his head and a name so cursed none dare speak it. All thanks to a subtly deceptive prophecy.
You've really got to write these stories down one day, Mimir.
Well, I try. Jaw tends to get sore, but thank you, lad.
Macbeth. Read it in school. And that is the story of Macbeth. Hence his Scottish accent. So he is from the Northern Europe. Makes sense, I suppose, since he's a satyr. I mean, he's supposed to have hooves and he's got horns, so satyr, yes. Though I am a little surprised. It took him a while to figure out who Kratos was. Oh no. Not a satyr, a faun. Potato, tomato. Difference of culture and a couple thousand years, I imagine.
Come on, brother. Let's have it. You mentioned you had a favorite poem from your homeland. What was it about?
A cunning general. A war over forbidden love.
I believe I've heard of this one. Did it involve a horse that was not as it appeared?
Yes. But that is not what happened.
Oh.
It's based on truth then. And you were there.
Yes. I prefer the poem.
Yeah, way I understand it, the Trojan War pretty heavily sucked.
Right side! Incoming!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
these rooms.
Now I thought this, though now it serves as a military outpost, this tower's architecture indicates tradition. A tower? And that horn. Huh. I don't think it's a coincidence that these two things were so close to each other. I could find no mention of it within the archive. Many of our texts within have been sanitized across generations. In other words, they purged and purposely deleted certain information relating to how light and dark elves originate from the same source. What sacrilegious ceremonies were held there? The current status quo. That the librarians eradicated all mention of it. Again, the council? Makes me wonder. I wonder if that tower is still here. And I wonder what kind of lore or secrets it might be. Well, I guess first I better check to see if there's still any lore to find. Not much, but some.
What's that?
A diagram for a sword hilt.
Perhaps we should show it to one of the dwarves. They'll know what to do with it.
And there's the last piece of that scaled armor. Jeez. Lore, a sword hilt, probably a talisman or something. Or unless I can find like the diagram for the blade of the weapon. We'll see. Okay, so that last second thing does the same thing as the belt. But this one increases my strength. This one only increases my defense. The reason I'm wearing this is because it increases everything. Well, everything except my vitality. Vitality and cooldown. But that's the only reason I'm wearing that. Alright, anything else here? And I also completed one of my labors. So, booyah. Good boys. Or good girls.
Mimir, you were talking about how Fenrir's soul is headed for the light of Alfheim. But that's because he was a wolf, right?
Aye. Were he a god or a human who died in battle, a Valkyrie would have taken him to Valhalla or Folklonger. Had he been a human or god who died outside of battle, he'd be cast down to Helheim. But Fenrir was a wolf, so his soul will join all the others in Alfheim.
Like mothers.
Yes, like your mothers.
Mimir, wouldn't you prefer to face forward rather than backward?
We already tried.
There were issues with Viscera.
Oh.
There was a brief bit where I thought I might get used to it.
He did not. Here.
Thanks to the opposition's grotesque hypocrisy, Alfheim's Goon are a threat to our livelihood. Though we have called many on the surface, there are undoubtedly more down below the dark elf hovels. So long as they deny them access to the light, the pair in the desert entrance remain the only docile version of these foul beasts. So wait, the light hunted the Goloons that were here to extinction? Well, except for the two that they left behind. And we didn't see any downstairs, so yeah, they... crap. If these things were brought here from Alfheim, then that means that they were supposed to be... you know, like... Freyr probably brought them here. So these things are like sacred animals. They're, you know, personally brought here by him for them. And they just killed them all? Yeah, I'm not sure if they like him so much in Alfheim anymore.
Father, what's the biggest thing you've ever fought?
I do not know.
You can't remember?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. So we can compare?
It is not a competition.
I mean, not yet. Mimir, you said souls come in 4 parts. Does that mean you can lose some of your soul? but not all of it?
Aye. Form, mind, direction, and luck. Lose any one of them and the entire being suffers. Still, sometimes luck alone is enough. Just ask your father.
My success does not come from luck.
Ah, the refrain of the eternally lucky. Sort of a harp. I can play beautifully, you know.
I do not, and would prefer it remain that way.
Father, can we build a lyre together?
The instrument. Why?
We hunt, we train. Those are the only two things you do to distract yourself.
They are not distractions.
Oh, of course not.
I just thought it'd be nice to learn some music. You could teach me, and... No, it's stupid. Never mind.
bloody Draugr. You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass! That Draugr
Whatever.
reminds me of tales of a cruel empress, one too angry to die.
We will see.
How's the shield holding up, lad?
It's good. I always knew Sindri was a great blacksmith, but this magical shield, it just feels natural.
The shield is well made, but it is you who wields it with skill.
Thanks. Looks like a lot of the sand is cleared up, but there's another storm out that way. You think that means...
Another half-goofa.
The chisel will not open this.
Did the lighthouse put this lock here? Why would they care what happens in the Barrens?
A fair question. But until we find the right key, that poor half-goofa will have to continue its solo act.
need new socks.
What has happened?
They're wet.
They will dry.
You know, I just knew you were gonna say that.
Then why did you ask?
I'm really not sure.
They will dry.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Father, why do I look like you?
In what way?
Like, bigger. And do I get muscles like yours?
When you work for them.
But Baldur was really strong, and he didn't have any muscles.
My strength does not come from my body, but both are honed by discipline.
What's that mean?
Means you got the strength of a god no matter what, lad. But if you want the physique of one, you'd better start picking heavy things up and putting them back down. Brother, in my travels, I heard of a great battle in your homeland, at a place called the Gates of Fire.
The Hot Gates.
You were there?
No.
Is that regret in your voice?
I did regret not dying there for many years, but no longer.
Lovely crystal work and those elven gifts you found. I'll be happy to pay you for them. Whatever you need. This must be from Alfheim. Explains the, sand. The elves don't get enough credit for their artisanship. I'll disinfect my tools. May it strike true. I'll heat up the forge. Whatever you need, whenever you need it.
Dug up some new blueprints for you. Sure, I'm open. Oh, so I'm just some clodhopper?